Who will be the next Asia's next top disappointment?
Hello mga ka-Bulfrags! Welcome na naman sa Fishpond at nandito tayo para sa 2-hour special para pag-usapin natin ang episode 5 and 6 ng Love Beneath the Stars na mapapanood sa iWantTFC starring Adrian Lindayag, Keann Johnson, Vaughn Piczon, and directed by Dolly Dulu. Now, before tayo magsimula, let's all welcome our kaka-eros for today. We have Joshi. Hi, Joshi.
Hello! Nandito na naman ang inyong always stressed but never pressed. Yung mga kaka-eros.
Si Joshi na bagong ahit.
Yeah.
Fairness. Yes. And let's all welcome ang very fresh na si Doc Rico.
Hello everyone!
Ang fresh mo ngayon.
Hindi ko kaya tapatan yung stressed but never pressed. Ano na lang, ang inyong fresh and always stressed.
Baliktad.
Hello everyone!
Ayan. So, hindi makasama sa atin si Maverick tonight kasi medyo busy siya as a student. First honor student. Yes. At ito naman po ang inyong namamagang Tito Ampol na nagpatanggal ng 4 na wisdom tooth. Yeah. So, fresh na fresh tayo for tonight. Ayan. So, ngayon, pag-usapan natin muna ang episode 5 ng Love Beneath the Stars. Alam ko marami sa inyo naghahanap ng upload namin ng episode 5. Inipon lang muna namin ang mga ang mga emosyon, ang mga thoughts pagdating dito.
Paki-explain ko ano nangyari. Father, dahil po kasi yan sa isang kumakalat na video sa social media.
Ikaw talaga gagawa ng isang scandal? How? Why?
Dominic, ano po yan ang maging ganun?
Nandito po ako bilang tinatawan ng Student Body Council para kausapin ko po kayo tungkol sa kaso ni Dominic at Luke. I love you too, Luke. Pero this time, hindi na enough yung love lang.
Alright, so what can you say about episode 5? Let's start with Joshi. Fresh na kanyang episode 5 eh.
Well, what can I say? Episode 5 is very triggering. That is the word I would use for it. Especially yung scene where, kasi diba, episode 5 starts with nag-viral silang dalawa, tapos nalaban ng mga magulang nila, and of course si Tita Tere, si Mami Tere, being the lovable, supportive mother, ayun, she loves Luke whatever happens. But si Tita Faye, si Mama Faye Cruz, it's like a flashback. It's like a flashback, to be honest. Kasi yung spiel na ginamit niya, it's the exact same speech na ginamit ng nanay ko sa akin back when I was in college naman, di ba? As in, everything there was accurate. Yung people, how are we going to clean the stain off her name? I don't deserve this. Ang hinihingi lang naman namin sa inyo, huwag nyo kaming i-disappoint ng papa mo. Ganun. Sobrang, it was so triggering. Parang, it's like I was in Dominic's place. It's like I'm back in college. Sobrang, oh my God, this like, I don't know about anyone else who was watching it. Baka isipin nila na, ang over naman yun, wala namang nanay na ganyan. Correction! Maraming nanay ang ganyan. Or if not nanay, maraming tatay din ang ganyan. Mga tiger mom, tiger dad, di ba? Sobrang, they exist and they, I guess they do it out of love then, from a good place, with good intentions, I guess. It's just, it's the execution is just all wrong. Kasi your kids will end up growing up fearing you.
And also resentful.
Parang, you say you know what's best for me, pero parang, now that I've grown up, looking back, you only wanted what was best for our image. And I think, to an extent, gets ko rin naman. because I'm an adult now. I know um, what the world wants us to prioritize, diba? I know what the world wants of us, what society wants us to do. Pero at the same time, parang looking back at the trauma, at the hardships na pinagdaanan, parang it's it's not fair. It's not fair. Why? Why? Um, Tapos nung nasa principal's office pa sila, yung dagger stare ni Mama Faye kay Dominic, kasi parang gumanon siya. Kasi talaga, ganun na ganun yung itsura ni Mama pag tinitingnan niya ako nun habang, may gusto ka bang sabihin sa akin? Tapos nakaganon na agad yung itsura niya.
Ilan taong ka niyan?
I was 17.
17?
Graduating.
Incoming third year.
Junior. Yeah.
Incoming third year college.
Mm.
So I was slightly older than Luke and Dominic were, but still the emotions were relatively,
So technically,
there.
hindi ko naman natawag sa like principal's office and stuff like that.
For that exact thing, no. Because high school, actually grad ball, I wasn't there when you guys discussed the grad ball, pero the chaperone thing, that's very much real sa mga grad ball, and they will call you out, call students out if they see may mga kababalaghang nangyayari doon.
Talaga?
Mm-hmm.
Nung high school kayo, yung grad ball nyo, like all boys yun? Or do you invite yung katabing school na all girls?
We of course invite dates from Miriam or from whatever school. Kasi syempre it's a grad ball. It's similar to prom. The only difference is hiniwala yung JS prom para may sariling party ang juniors, may sariling party ang seniors. And to celebrate then the success, supposed success of your high school life and to celebrate before graduating. But at the same time, it's still on school grounds. So the student handbook does apply, kaya sobrang relate ako dun sa
Pero
part
like
na yun.
kaninong school magde-decide? So technically magkakaiba yung may grad ball din dun sa all-girls school.
Meron din silang mga grad ball nila.
Tapos kayo naman yung pupunta doon.
Oo. So syempre,
If
pag grad ball
invited
natin,
sila.
If invited kami. Syempre,
If
ikaw
invited
naman crush.
I thought kasi like it's collaboration between the two schools and then like it's a big event na isang araw lang. Pero
Each
turns
school
out
has their own. Yeah.
Okay. Kasi yun yung kaya nagtaka ako parang on school ground. Tapos nagtaka ako kaninong school grounds.
Nung host school.
Depende sa
Yeah.
kung sino yung nag-invite. Okay.
Oo. I've been to a few grad balls. Yung sa atin na yun, of course, is always gonna be in the high school covered courts. Pero bongga yung mga design doon. Yung mga ibang schools, like for example, nalala ko yung grad ball ni Miriam back then was sa Blue Leaf Pavilion. So,
Ay, bongga.
Fairness
Gusto.
ko, lagi na-invite.
Dami ko friends. Charot. Sa Poveda, I don't remember.
Poveda.
Grad ball ng Poveda sa batch namin. Pero yun, it's always the whole school. So syempre, kapag may kapabalaghang nangyari, students will be sanctioned. Tapos actually, part din ng agreement that you sign when you agree to attend grad ball is if your guest if your date or your guest misbehaves, the sanction will be on you.
Oh.
So kung magdala siya ng drugs or alcohol, the punishment will be on you as if ikaw yung nagdala ng drugs or alcohol to school grounds.
It's kind of fair naman.
Oo, di ba? I think it was fair.
So, coming from that episode, what can you say? Ano ba dapat? Warning, suspension, expulsion.
Expulsion was definitely too far. As someone who read the student handbook when I was in high school, expulsion is too far. Dismissal was definitely not
Bakit
the answer.
hindi nabasa ito si bagay? Anyway.
Why wouldn't I read the handbook? I don't want to get into trouble. Um,
I mean,
pero yung sinasabi
why
ni,
would you need to read it if you're not gonna think of having to go into trouble?
of course, I need to know what the limits are, what the boundaries are, di ba? If I wanna have fun, I need to know how far I can have fun. Um, pero yun, yung sinasabi ni Mr. Oiko na conduct unbecoming na sanction, that's a very much real thing nung high school. Like, you could get suspended just for conduct unbecoming, which could mean a lot of things like accidentally matulak mo yung teacher, tapos akalain ng mga tao na you did it on purpose, conduct unbecoming yun, mamura mo yung teacher, or like accidentally magmura ka, tapos akalain ng teacher sa kanya naka-target, conduct unbecoming na rin yun. A lot of things, vandalism, conduct unbecoming din yun. So, dalawa na yung sanction na makukuha mo dahil may vandalism sanction din. So, ang dami. Tapos, conduct unbecoming din, yung mga sanctions niya range from a jog, which is low-level warning na magsusulat ka lang ng I will not, blah, 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 blah. Like 500 times or something. All the way to all the way to suspension. I don't remember my conduct unbecoming na expulsion. Pero yun, definitely Mr. Orko was wrong.
So what kind of violations in your student handbook can expel you? Like, parang point ata kasi ng episode 5 is grave misconduct. Parang grave misconduct ata kasi yung pinapoint nila Mr. Oiko dun sa ginawa ng dalawa. And I think kaya gusto niyo ng expulsion dun sa dalawa.
Sa expulsion kasi ang alam ko, academic dishonesty, grounds for expulsion yun.
Plagiarism yan, mga ganun, di ba?
Oo, plagiarism. They can range from
Or
suspension to expulsion depending
or
on
like,
severity.
Cheating by expulsion? Di naman.
Well, can range from suspension to expulsion.
Depende, no?
Academic dishonesty.
Or like kapag mga falsification of public document siguro.
So yun, kasi the handbook isn't very black and white when it comes to the more severe cases. At saka tama nga naman, wala naman sa black and white na bawal maghalikan yung dalawang estudyante. Like, hello? Explicitly nakaban sa handbook na bawal maghalikan ng dalawang lalaking estudyante. That's never happened. Pero yun, I think the fairest sanction na would have been yung suggestion ni coach.
Which is suspension.
Which is suspension. Although I would have, like na warning lang ibigay, God bless you, Brother Mike. Conduct unbecoming does not have a level for warning lang. So yun,
how about you, Doc?
Coach doon. Ikaw, what do you think?
Ako, ano ba to? Like general muna dun sa episode. I think episode 5 is for me, hindi ko siya nakita na as heavy as I think it would be. I mean, very given na after nung ending ng episode 4 is may mangyayaring mali. Or parang mafe-feel mo naman na dun sa ending pa lang ng 4 na tawag dito. Yeah, oo. Na magkakaroon ng consequences lahat ng ginawa nilang dalawa. Ni Luke and Dominic. What I liked about episode 5 is that nakita natin dun sa episode na every action has a corresponding consequence kahit ano man yung gawin mo. Kahit na maganda man siya or masama, meron pa din siyang specific na consequence sa kahit sino mang makakakita nun. And kahit na maganda yan sa ginawa mo, sa tingin nila, pwedeng iba yung interpretation nila dun sa ginawa ng dalawa. It's just that, ang ganda rin dito na pinakita yung different points of views ng iba-ibang mga tao in relation to Luke and Dominic, na some would accept, some would defy kung ano man yung ginawa nilang dalawa. And I think very commendable yung principle na hindi lang siya, neutral-minded siya dun sa opinions nung lahat nung involved with Luke and Dominic. Even though na parang syempre si Mr. Oiko kasi prefect of discipline. Di ba pag mga prefect of discipline kasi parang talagang
Homophobe.
siya. Hindi naman, pero parang mataas yung stand niya kasi in terms of decision making, in terms of the students. Kasi syempre, prefect of discipline nga, di ba?
Wala pa akong
So, medyo na-
prefect of discipline na hindi homophobe.
Ano ba? Pwede nga.
Si Mr. Oiko.
Isa pa, ano pa ba? Ang ganda ng ang ganda ng character development ni Coach. I mean, di ba
Bumawi siya sa atin.
Super.
Medyo na-feel natin na against siya. Pero after nung grand ball, medyo parang turn new leaf si Bakla. So, medyo support siya kay Luke doon. Tapos, in terms of kung ano yung decision ko, I think expulsion is definitely out of the picture. Parang hindi naman din appropriate na expel sila dun sa ganun kasi it's not even something grave para, I mean, kung hindi man yun na video at naghalikan man sila dun sa grad ball, it wouldn't even be big deal.
Yeah.
Diba? It's just that, sabi nga ni principal dun, diba, na parang hindi naman din niya kakausapin yung dalawa or hindi naman din magiging issue yun kung hindi naman siya naging viral. Which is true naman. So, kaya lang siguro na enter yung expulsion dun sa scene. Kasi nga, dahil yung name ng school yung nakataya dun sa dalawa. So kung ako, I mean, kung hindi man naging viral yun, a warning is sufficient enough. Pero kung ganun yung naging viral, ganun yung naging extent nung scene, I think suspension is enough as well. Hindi lang siya, ang tawag dito, hindi ako agreed na ma-expel sila dalawa. Kasi, well, makaka-crossover na yun dun sa episode 6 kung bakit in-explain ko ba't suspension yung which is, I like yung explanation ni principal dun. Kaya,
Okay. So, nasugot nyo na yung tanong sa first solution natin sa first recommendation na warning, expulsion, or suspension. Pero what can you say about naman dun sa second recommendation na dapat silang mag-break?
Why? I don't see why that has anything to do with it. Parang I don't get why they have to break up. Kasi parang it's a private matter. Why does the school care kung mag-break sila? Kahit nasabi ni Father G-Boy na, so nakakatawa na si Father G-Boy kasi it's a reference kay Father J-Boy. But anyway, nakakatawa na sinabi niya na this is a school of learning, not a school of Lindayag, institute of learning, sorry, not an institute of Lindayag. Parang, yes, that may be true, pero bakit mo sila pipilitin mag-break? It still doesn't connect in my mind na okay, suspended na nga sila, may punishment na, may sanction na sila. They already got what you think they deserve. Bakit mo padadagdagan ng break up? How does that help them learn? Diba? How does that help them learn from this incident? How does that better anybody? Diba? It's just, it doesn't connect to the issue. Parang, what if God forbid, they're just, two straight men na nalasing tapos naghalikan. Diba? Parang alcohol is not allowed, diba? So might as well just...
Kailangan din pa rin nila mag-break.
Diba? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense for me. Yung second na resolution na kailangan sila mag-break.
How about you, Doc?
Iniisip ko yung sasabihin ko. Ako, hindi rin ako agree kay Father na ipag-break sila for the sole reason na I think hindi kasi nagtatrust si Father sa dalawa. I mean, yung reason siguro na kaya gusto niya makapag-break kasi parang, yun nga kasi di ba sinabi niya, ayaw niya lang ng additional na ganun ulit yung mangyari, which is parang sinasabi lang na dahil ginawa niya to, expect ko na gagawin niyo ulit yan sa susunod. Parang ganun. So, ako ano ba sasabihin ko? Ayoko sila mag-break. Nagets ko naman yung sinabi ni Josh, it doesn't make sense. Kasi parang, yung ginawa naman nila is not the, parang hindi siya, it doesn't say anything about them na dalawa, yung dun sa relationship nila. Na parang, bakit mo mapipigilan yung dalawang tao? Or bakit mo sila paghihiwalayin kung wala naman talaga silang ginawa masama? Diba? They just kissed. Pero
Correct.
isipin na lang natin na kasi high school sila. And I mean, anything na sasabihin mo sa mga batang ganong edad is they will think of it as a rule na parang pag ito sinabi mo mali yan. So, di ba pagka nung bata naman tayo, kapag may mali tayong ginawa, sasabihin ng mga parents natin na huwag mo na gagawin yun ulit sa susunod. So, katulad nun sa kanilang dalawa, I mean, siguro nasasabi natin na it doesn't make sense kasi, syempre adult na tayo, nagigets natin kung ano. Pero like, if you put yourself in those shoes of Luke or Dominic, siguro first instinct mo din na ayaw mo na siyang makita ulit. Diba? Na parang, mas gustuhin ko na lang na hindi mo na lang siya. Parang, siguro most of us would think of us in Dominic's shoes rather than Luke.
Yeah.
Preserve yourself from that humiliation. So parang mas mag-agree ka kay Father na maghihiwalay na lang tayo dalawa.
Yeah.
Just to calm everybody or appease everybody. So I think kahit hindi man ako agree dun sa sinabi ni Father G-Boy, parang medyo it kind of makes sense. Kaya parang medyo conflicting yung gusto kong sabihin dito sa na to. Parang ayoko pang break sila, pero parang gusto ko na din just so that hindi ma-further humiliate yung isa sa kanila. Nagigets niyo ba?
Yeah,
I think
yes,
I get
yes.
it. I think I get it.
Parang
Which is, sige, go lang daw.
ayoko silang mag-break, pero yung decision na mag-break sila dapat is
Should come from them.
okay lang sa akin. Hindi, okay lang sa akin na maghiwalay sila, pero ayoko yung idea na mag-break sila. Gets ba? Very contradicting yung gusto ko sabihin.
Gets ko na kanina eh.
Ayoko lang mag-break, pero at that point or at that moment, para lang hindi lalong lumaki yung issue. Or
Parang gusto sabihin ni Doc, magbe-break sila in front of them, pero secretly sila pa rin.
Performative,
Tama?
ganun.
Oo, parang ganon. Parang
Yeah.
you don't show it to everyone na kayo pa din. Pero like, pwede naman kayo mag-text together, ganyan.
Yeah.
Pwede naman kayo mag-usap online.
I guess.
Or pwede naman silang magkita outside of the school.
Which is doon papasok na nga yung nangyari after that conversation. So, na-present na yung first resolution and the second resolution. So, nung inopen yung second resolution, ang tanong, diba, doon yung nagkaroon ng moment na nag-usap sila Dominic at saka si Luke. When si Luke, ayaw niya na mag-break sila. Pero si Dominic, ang iniisip niya at that moment na, diba, sabi nga natin na hindi lang love, diba?
Love just isn't enough.
Yeah, love just isn't enough. So, sa tingin nyo, at that moment, tama ba na yung sinabi ni Dominic? Start tayo kay Doc. Kasi ito yung pinag-usapan natin, Doc, nung prom di ba? Na-feel natin na medyo mainis tayo ng konti kay Dominic. So, what can you say about that decision niya?
I think very Dominic yung decision. Feel ko kasi yung kay Dominic kasi everything is absolute. Na parang everything hindi siya masyadong nag-open sa any possibility na pwede palang mangyari yun. Kasi parang napalaki siya na, siguro napalaki kasi siya na parang ito dapat yung kailangan mong gawin ng family niya. So parang ngayon na naka-experience siya ng something na out of his comfort zone, which is yun nga, nagkaroon siya ng relationship. Parang anything na magda-divert from that thinking na happy yung dapat na relationship is something na hindi niya alam kung paano ma-comprehend. Kaya parang gusto niyang umalis doon and gusto niyang makipag-break na kasi siguro na-pressure siya doon sa moment na yon na syempre masasacrifice yung pagiging valedictorian niya and na compromise niya yung family niya. So, syempre ang unang isipin ni Dominic is parang ayaw na niya na anything to be involved with Luke na noong time na yon. So, I think very valid yung sinabi ni Dominic doon. It's not that deep. Hindi naman sa kinakampihan ko siya, pero very understandable yung sinabi niya sa point of view niya. Na parang it's bigger than, yung parang yung relationship nila is hindi na sapat para paglaban pa ni Dominic kasi marami pang mas importante na nauna sa relationship nila, which is yung family niya and yung future niya in the long run.
How about you, Joshi? Thank you, Doc.
Yung scene na yun, for me, I saw it as Dominic. Medyo similar kay Doc, na Dominic was acting from the lens of someone who had everything to lose. He could lose his parents' love, his parents' respect, his valedictorian placement. He could be expelled kasi diba Mr. Orko was still pushing for expulsion. So Dominic was coming from the lens of someone who literally had his whole world possibly crumbling down in a few seconds if a wrong move was made. Si Luke naman was coming from the perspective of someone who didn't really care. He has an accepting mother. His mother already told him, now I'm the adult here. Let me worry about your future. I just want you to be happy in this moment. So Luke was definitely the more I don't know if this is the right word to use, more privileged one there sa senaryong yun. Kasi Luke literally has nothing to lose. Masuspend man siya o hindi, he's not gunning for valedictorian. Diba? Whatever happens, mahal pa rin siya ng mom niya, alam niya yon. Kasi sinabi na explicitly ni Mami Tere na I will love you no matter what, I am here for you. Si Dominic naman, ramdam ko yung defeat na naramdaman niya. Especially yung sinabi niya, I'm not as brave as you look. But this time, love isn't enough. Kasi everything was at a risk of disappearing bigla if he made a wrong choice. So Dominic was very much willing to just tanggap na lang. Diba? To compromise everything he had just to keep the love and respect that he thought his parents had for him was conditional. Diba? They were conditional based on his merits. Tapos, jumping ahead to episode 6 na mention niya rin na it was just to make up for the fact that he's gay. Diba? So he really is willing to compromise in that situation na you know what, let's just stop this because our families are starting to get involved, the rest of the school is starting to get involved. I don't want to lose any more than I already have. I'm willing to just end this right here, right now. Yun yung nakita ko sa sinabi ni Dominic and sa reaction din ni Luke. Kaya ang ganda ng sida yun for me na it's very kitang-kita mo how easily the world of a gay man crumbles. a successful gay man crumbles, di ba? Because like at the snap of a finger, the straights can still take everything away.
Tsaka doon mo
Siguro-
makikita, thank you Josh, tsaka doon mo makikita sa episode na yun, or between them, di ba, na si Dominic yung logical pagdating
Practical.
sa relationship, practical pagdating sa relationship, and si Luke yung emotional talaga na I will fight this emotion, I will fight ko anong nararamdaman ko ngayon. Hindi naman sa sinasabi natin na hindi niya iniisip yung yung mga consequences ng mga bagay-bagay, pero mas nananaig siguro sa kanya during those times talaga yung emotion niya, yung pagmamahal niya kay Dominic.
Yeah.
Anong sasabihin mo kanina?
Hindi, ano ko lang siguro na, hindi ba parang kaya ganun yung decision ni Dominic kasi he's just finding an easy way out to solve all those problems na na-present na sa kanila. Na parang
Yeah.
matigil na ang lahat. And you might as well pigil na natin yung dalawa to. Kasi from the beginning naman, parang sila lang din naman yung yun lang din naman yung naging punot dulo ng problema.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
I
Kasi yun
think-
nga, parang
hindi.
nauna ka na.
Ang ganda lang din sinabi ni Josh na yun nga, nakita natin din na yung kung paano a successful man, a successful gay man na nag-crumble yung life nila kapag may something na hindi lang nasunod dun sa sa gusto nilang mangyari, which is very I mean nakaka-relate naman ako sa part na yun kasi parang nararattle ako kapag may hindi something goes awry, naiisip kong mangyayari sa sarili ko, which is dapat natatanggap ko na siya by now, pero andun pa rin siguro yung kasi parang kung gay man ka on that age, ang goal mo is either maging academically successful ka para hindi ka matukso or basta mag-excel ka into something para maging untouchable ka to everyone.
Mm-mm.
Diba? Parang gano'n. And
Yeah.
then, here nakita natin na si Dominic is in a situation na very vulnerable siya sa criticisms and sa judgment ng lahat na parang na-overwhelm siya. Kaya siguro, hindi niya na alam gagawin niya. Hindi niya na kayang ipaglaban yung feelings niya with Luke. Tama, with Luke.
Yes. At dahil dyan, syempre tatawid na tayo ng episode 6. But before tayo tumawid ng episode 6, malaman natin, thank you to our best boy, si President Gio. Diba? Syempre, Gio saves the day. Because nag-stand up si Gio and ang student council sa case nila Luke and Dominic. So, ang naging decision sa kanila ay suspension. So, thank you, Gio. We love you, Gio. Maraming salamat. So, dito ngayon pumasok na ang first scene ng episode 6 na kung saan nalaman natin na hindi naapektuhan ng suspension si Dominic dahil tinanggap ni Luke ang double
Pareho.
suspension. Oh my God, ang sarap na double suspension.
Big Brother!
Gusto mo yun, Josh? Double suspension.
Paano yung double? Suspension yun. Charot.
So what can you say about that? What can you say sa ginawa ni Luke, Doc Rico?
The first and foremost, gusto ko yung sinabi ni Father G-Boy doon na kaya suspension yung binigay niyang parusa doon kasi edi sana kahit babae at lalaking naghahalikan expel na dun sa school, which is very sabi ko nga naman parang
Yeah.
ano naman problema ng dalawang lalaki naghalikan sa pinakaiba niya sa dalawang lalaki at babae naghalikan, di parang same lang din dapat yung sanction nila, di ba? I mean, does it matter kung mag-viral man yun or hindi, kung like, nagawin natin siyang black and white. So, yun yung isa sa yun yung scene na nagustuhan ko doon. Nakita ko na very fair naman yung judgment ni Father J-Boy doon na parang
Yep.
dapat feel ko naisip naman niya thoroughly ano yung decision nila. In terms of, ano yung question? Sorry. Kung anong feeling ko.
What can you say sa ginawa ni Luke? Yeah. Was it noble or ano ba?
Double suspension. Wait. Before I go to that, isa pa din na naisip. Episode 5 or episode 6 ba yung binato niya yung coin? Episode 6 yun, di ba?
Oo, episode 6 yung coin.
Yung binato niya, yung nag-toss
Yeah.
siya. Yung nag-toss
Yes.
siya. Should I fight
Kung-
for it?
Fight for
Let
it or
go.
leave it. Oo.
Oo, tapos binato niya kasi let go yung nakuha niya, di ba?
Oo.
So, wala. Ang ganda lang din na parang kahit na, before kasi di ba naniniwala siya sa fate and naniniwala siya sa luck, di ba? And every decision he makes is nakasalalay dun sa coin and dun sa chance, na 50-50 chance. And at that time, is hindi niya alam, or hindi niya gusto yung na binigay sa kanya na decision. So, siguro pinapakita dun na at the end of the day, we make our own decisions and kailangan natin ipaglaban kung ano dapat natin ipaglaban. In terms of moving to Luke's decision on having double suspension, I think it's sweet. I think kung ako yun, hindi ko, sige na tayo ng ulit. Diba? Parang having someone, ano ba yun? Akuin ng isang tao, lahat ng kasalanan mo. Hindi ba lalambot ang puso mo, no? Na parang, I don't know, pero siguro given na sa series na nalaman yun ni Dominic, no? Kasi syempre nakakapasok siya sa school, di ba? Pero, I think it's a very, well, sinasabi naman sa series, I think it's very brave of Luke to do that. Na parang akuin niya yung, and it's very Luke to do that gesture na akuin yung suspension nilang dalawa. Kasi syempre, to protect Dominic as well. Syempre, di ba? Sweet naman. Sweetan ako dun sa gesture na yun. Kaya parang saludo ako kay Luke dun sa ginawa niya. Very well done.
How
Parang
about you,
nagdi-disagree
Joshua?
Ano na?
Parang nagdi-disagree ka.
Iba kasing gusto niya eh, hindi double suspension.
Hindi pa nila kayang gawin yun.
So for me, was it the right decision for Luke to take the double suspension? From a practical point of view, not really. Pero I guess, I agree with Doc na parang it's very sweet of him to take the fall for for Dominic. Pero at the same time, parang it's on your record. It's gonna be in your college applications, and they're gonna ask you why sa mga interviews mo. And I don't know. This is just from a practical perspective. So yun, I don't really agree that Luke should have done that, but because he did, sobrang, kung ako si Dominic, parang, you really do
Sarang
love me. Yung parang gano'n. Kaya, sobrang nag-gets ko nung nag-walk out si Dominic sa dinner table. Kasi, I mean, Mama Faye, please, you don't have to be, but you can be a bitch. You don't have to be open about it. Diba? Parang, sabi niya, why should I, thank him? He was at fault, blah, blah, blah. Our Dominic did nothing wrong. Parang, girl, bakit?
Walk out.
Pinost niya ba sarili niya kay Dominic?
Walk out tuloy ngayon si Dominic sa dinner table.
So, andun siguro ni Mama Faye, si Luke lang nakipaghalikan sa sarili niya.
Damay lang si Dominic.
Nanood lang sila.
Ganun
Kaya,
siya.
Pero di ba, parang it was admirable. And I think yung dad din ni Dominic agrees na it was admirable for Luke to do para ma-preserve yung running for valedictorian ni Dominic, di ba? So I don't know. Going back to the question, was
Pero
it right?
personally, Josh,
Would I have
ikaw
done
yung
that? No.
yeah, kahit
No.
na mahal mo yung ano,
No. Bakit?
Ah,
Ako lang ba may No. No. Mahal kita.
Ikaw daw.
Mahal kita, mahal mo ako. We both take the blame. No. Equal yun.
Ah,
I believe in equality.
Ikaw to.
ako din hindi. Pero siguro mas papaglaban ko dapat hindi ako masuspend. Kesa yung masuspend ako. Ano alam mo,
Valedictorian ka ba?
hindi. Ikaw yun eh.
Hindi ako.
Salutatorian
Josh, ikaw ba?
Alin?
Wala akong honor ng high school.
Kasi,
Ang mga award ko lang nung high school, disciplinary. Like,
Ayun, taray.
wala akong sanction na kahit ano.
wala akong award nung high school.
Cutthroat kami nung high school eh. Kami kasi ang special section. So,
Yeah,
special
alam mo.
klase.
I mean, kung ako, personally, I would definitely, kung ano yung ginawa ni Dominic, ganun yung gagawin ko. Like, parang,
Same.
maghiwalay na tayo and stuff like that. Hindi na kita kailangang makita. And siguro parang ganun din. Yung parang, I will be in my bubble na parang takot sa lahat ng tao. Siguro baka hindi na ako pasok sa school.
Ako hindi. Lalandi pa ako noon. Lalandi ko si Luke. Yung kaninang suggestion na sige mag-break tayo sa harap nila. Pero chat tayo, ganyan. Kita tayo somewhere. Ganun ako eh.
Kita tayo sa
Feeling ko ganun ako nung high school. Kung nangyari sa akin yun.
Pero, well, hindi naman natin doon napag-usapan. Pero episode 6 naman natin yung pinag-uusapan natin, di ba? Mapag-usapan ba natin si Gio yung nangyari sa...
Yeah, wait lang. Ano tayo? By build up tayo.
Okay, sige. Okay, next.
Okay. So coming from that scene na nalaman natin papapot ng tuwalya nanay ko. Anyway, so coming from that scene na nalaman nga natin na double suspension, si Luke ang umako noon. Nakita natin nga na hindi sila nag-uusap na ni Dominic for the longest time. So doon nga, yung sinasabi ni Doc Rico, after nun, yung bumalik uli si Luke sa gawain niya. Hindi niyo na ba napansin, di ba? Nung mga times sa sila ni Dominic, hindi na siya nagtotoss coin. Pero, nung nagkaroon ulit sila ng problema, nag-toss coin na uli siya. If kailangan pa ba niya i-pursue yung pagmamahal niya kay Dominic o hindi na. And sabi nga ni Doc Rico, syempre, ang lumabas doon, syempre, yung heads, di ba? Pag wag na ipagpatuloy. Yeah.
But,
Yes, yung heads yun, di ba?
Heads yung fight.
Heads yung fight yun. So, yung yun. So, nakita natin na yun nga yung lumabas noon. So, kaya lumapit siya ngayon kay Baby R para humingi ng tulong. So, sabi ni Baby R, wala na siyang mabibigay na tulong sa kanya kasi kung ano yung decision ni Dominic, that will be his decision. And he needs to respect that. So ngayon, ang ingay ng tubig, may maliligo. So, nangingi na ngayon si Luke ng assistance sa mga BFF, sila Timmy at Miguel. Nakita naman natin na hindi siya natulungan sila Timmy and Miguel. And
I have a favor to ask, Sana. I really want to talk to him.
Alam mo, parang may kilala akong pwedeng makatulong sa'yo.
Bakit mo ba ito ginagawa? Because I want you to be happy, Dominic.
Sino ang best boy ng kanyang nilapitan, kundi si President Gio. So what can you say about that scene ni Luke at saka ni Gio? Doc Rico.
Nagulat ako dun sa scene. I mean, well, nakita na natin yung backstory ni Gio. Well, a part of it. And kung paano nasira yung friendship nila.
Doon muna tayo sa
nakaupo sila.
Luke and Gio muna. Luke and Gio.
Oo nga.
Tama, di ba nag-request si Luke kay Gio? What can you say? I mean, Okay ba yung ginawa niya? Or
I think
ano?
I think okay naman. Natapos naman yung series eh. So, okay.
Masyado kang excited din sa ano eh. Wait lang, look and Gio muna tayo. Look
Hindi
and
kasi
Gio.
may na-realize ako about Gio na baka ikagalit ng mga tao. Pero sige, okay naman.
Will you do that? Will you do that?
Oo.
Lalapitan mo si Gio? Okay.
Sa isip naman ni Luke is Gio is someone,
Trustworthy.
I mean, at saka hindi siya yung mag-take advantage. Kasi di ba ang tawag dito, na-explain na ni Dominic sa kanya na hindi, wala naman talaga. And, syempre, dahil fail yung dalawang super friends, kasi nga syempre, di pwede. Sino pa yung susunod na pinakamalapit? Hindi si Gio. Di ba? Considering na talagang best friend siya dati. And medyo clean slate siya kay Maki. So, I think okay lang naman yun na lumapit si Luke kay Gio. I think it's very practical and logical. I think na dapat nga si Gio una. I think naisip ko nga na dapat si Gio una niya nilapitan from the beginning. Tapos, ang ano lang doon is medyo pasaring yung mga sinasabi ni Gio kay Luke doon na parang ayaw niya. Na parang may something.
Hindi, sabi niya, why would I do this for you?
Yeah, yun nga. So parang, parang kung wala kang ibang motive, bakit sasabihin niyo? Diba? Kung you are all for the relationship.
Yeah, it's a yes. It's a yes or no lang eh, di ba? Yes or no.
Oo, na parang kung ikaw, wala ka naman ng ibang intention sa kahit sa kanilang dalawa. At kung talagang gusto mo sila magkaayos, yes or no lang sagot mo.
Tulungan mo ba ako? Hindi, di ba? Correct.
Ako may iba akong thoughts doon.
About you, Josh. Go ahead.
While I agree na kung wala kang ulterior motive, mag-yes or no ka lang doon, will you help me? Yes. I think, benefit of the doubt, na Gio is just looking out for Dominic nga, na kung if this is what Dominic is doing, most likely this is what Dominic wants, to stay away from you and to just, try to rebuild his life, try to fix fix the damage that's been done, diba? To stay away from him, as was agreed in the principal's office, mag-break sila and everything. So I think yun yung iniisip ni Gio at that point na parang, why should I help you if this doesn't seem to be in line with what Dominic wants? Kaya medyo although expected, medyo wise din na tinurn ni Luke around yung question na, you're not doing it for me, you're doing it for Dominic. Kasi alam din ni Gio na although Dominic's behavior recently says otherwise, mahal niya pa rin siya. So it was wise. Yun.
Pero yun nga, I'm going to go to my point na.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Okay, tatanggapin ko na baka may magalit sa akin. Pero, isn't Gia selfish about that?
Which one?
I mean,
The next scene after that. So nakita na nga natin, di ba?
Next scene na? Or dun
Titoy, next scene na tayo, doon na papunta si Doc eh.
Parang connected kasi yun. Parang na-realize ko lang siya nung nangyari yung scene nga na susunod sasabihin.
Okay.
Yeah, so doon na kasi papunta yung discussion natin na kung saan ginawa nga ni Gio yung request ni Luke, pero it's for Dominic nga. I mean, the request itself. So doon din natin nakita, syempre, kung paano nagkaroon ng fallout. Doon din ang cover kung paano ba nagkaroon ng fallout yung dating mag-best friend. It's because of Dumbledore.
It's because
Diba? Gamit na gamit si Dumbledore. At dahil doon, meron din tayong secret na nalaman at si Dumbledore din ang may pakana. Go ahead, Doc. Chika mo na.
Okay, nung una akong napanood yun, nagulat ako. Sabi ko, hala. As in, napatigil ako like mga 5 to 10 seconds. Sabi ko, hala. Tapos na nag-break sila. Tapos hinabol ni Dom. Sabi ko, hala. Wait, what's the name? Sabi ko, ha? What's this? Yeah, pero parang ito din. Ano? So, tapos biglang ulit. Tapos parang, edi, sabi ni nga ni Gio, di ba na parang mas gusto niya, sana naging Dumbledore. Or sana naging, tama ba? Sana naging brave na lang siya nung time na yun.
If he was as brave as he is.
Ayun nga, na parang, kasi di ba ang context lang is, kwento niya na nung sinabi yun ni Dominic is, nung, at such a young age, alam niya na sa sarili niya kung ano talaga siya. And the maturity of knowing your sexuality is at that age is very commendable sa kanya. And syempre, di ba, sa part ni Gio, is very admirable sa kanya yan.
Yeah.
Which, naisip ko, well, actually, nung naisip ko naman na to, ngayon lang, nag-uusap tayo, naisip ko na, di ba parang ang selfish ni Gio? I mean, very protective siya towards Dominic. And in that sense, kung magbe-break man sila ni Luke, parang he will be like there rescue Dominic, and parang
but that will be a rebound relationship.
Iba ang pero, pero sige, go muna.
Hindi, ngayon ko lang din naman naisip to na parang ito si Gio si Gio yung character po. Guys, yung character po yung pinag-usapan natin, hindi po si Vaughn, Piczon itself. So, huwag niya po so, yung character lang ni Gio, naisip ko lang na na parang supportive siya. Pero from the get-go, hindi siya masyadong supportive kay Luke. It's more of supportive siya kay Dominic.
Yeah.
And everything na ginagawa ni Gio is for Dominic.
Yeah.
And not for them as a partner or as a couple. And so,
arguable, pero sige.
And kahit na dun sa yung kaya hindi ko na-gets kung bakit hinalikan si Dominic eh. Is it because he loved him? Or is it because of something else? So is it his confession of love to Dominic? Kaya hindi hinalikan si Dominic?
I think so.
So ayun, so parang naguluhan ako doon sa part na nung hinalikan niya. So gusto pala talaga ni Gio si Dominic from the start.
Oo, well, di naman dinenay na he could like guys, di ba?
Pero di ba hindi, parang na-establish natin na hindi siya third party.
Oo nga. Well, until now, parang until the series ended, hindi pa rin naman siya third party kasi he never tried to
he could have done something to break off that relationship diba? He could have done something he could play that I'm the best friend card tapos he will break that relationship. He could have done that pero di pa rin niya ginawa.
Hindi siya naging part ng conflict.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sige, Joshi, what's your take on that? Sige, go Doc.
Si Doc muna.
Hindi, pero parang ngayon ko lang naisip na lahat nga nung ginagawa ni Gio, let's be clear here, it's Gio. It's for Dominic. So parang, anything na, kaya tignan mo, nung kinausap siya ni Luke, just nakausapin si Dominic para mag-ayos sila. Reluctant si Gio nakausapin. Kasi sinabi nga ni Josh, may point din naman siya na parang, baka nga talaga hindi yun yung gusto ni Dominic. Pero di ba, parang, kung ikaw, wala ka talagang inisin na iba dun sa dalawang couple and you're supporting them, bakit ka magdadalawang isip? Kausapin mo lang naman and para mag-ayos silang dalawa. Diba? Parang very suspicious yung part na yun.
Sige. Go, Josh.
Well, maybe the reason he doesn't want to get in between the two at such a tumultuous time in the relationship is because he doesn't want to be seen as greedy or as someone who wants to steal Dominic away. Although I will agree na medyo selfish nga siya, si Gio. I don't think it's because of the kiss. Kasi honestly, kung hindi siya nilapitan ni Luke, Gio would have no reason to visit Dominic and the confession would not happen. Pero selfish pa rin siya, I think, in such a way na he just wants Dominic. Dominic's happiness is what matters to him. He doesn't care if Luke is happy. He doesn't care if whatever happens to Luke, kahit na alam niyang Luke is Dominic's happiness. No, parang because they're broken up, parang for all he cares, Luke could burn in hell or whatever. Pero at the same time, dun nga, when he talked to Dominic, medyo doon pa rin yung selfishness niya, pero it's not just selfishness, it's more of parang regret or resentment at his past self, na parang yun nga, sinabi niya kay Dominic na at such a young age, you were brave enough to realize what you are and you're brave enough to come to me about it and to talk about it with me, but I was a coward and chose to run away. Diba? So, doon pa lang, nakita natin that Gio really was a selfish person, even at the most base level of the word selfish, na he only thinks about himself, na parang, what do I get from it? Tapos, yun din, after niyang aminin na pareho sila ni Dumbledore,
Matanda.
Pareho silang matanda.
Wizard? Hindi pa lang wizard, diba?
Pareho sila
Mahilig sa
wand.
Mahilig sa wand.
Elder 13.
I know my Harry Potter. Charot.
Pero yun, nung umamin nga siya na same sila ni Dumbledore, hinalikan niya si Dominic. And I think...
What can you say about that kiss? Wait lang. What can you say about that kiss? Muna.
Same ako kay Doc. Nung hinalikan niya, parang ako, what's happening? Tapos nung nag-break apart sila, nung tinulak siya ni Dominic, parang ako, okay, at least Dominic is still, oh my God, hinalikan ni Dominic.
Diba? May confirmation na para wait. Sige, try ulit.
Diba? Parang,
pero that was so good. Ang sarap nilang balik. Oh my God, Piczon. Vaughn. Oh my God.
Pwede ko ba ma-interview ulit?
And also, Adrian. Grabe ka.
Yes.
Hindi siya nagpatalo sa Adrian.
Oh, yes.
Diba?
Yung halik nila parang talagang, oh my God.
Minamessage ako ni Doc. Sabi ni Doc, shit, may mukbangan. Mukbang. Mukbangan talaga. Diba?
I mean, yeah.
Iba yun.
That's true. Ang sarap nga ng kahalikan nila.
Ikaw, Tito Paul, view mo kay Gio and his...
Gusto ko yung pangagat labi si George. When was the last time, Doc, na minukbang ka?
Ano? Ano ang view mo?
Sige, Josh, when was the last time na minukbang ka? No.
Alam mo, this is out of context.
No, for me, ang ganda ng scene na yun kasi doon natin makikita na hindi lahat pare-pareho yung journey in terms of self-discovery. Diba? Though sabihin natin nga na baseline, selfish si Gio, siguro magiging geoapologist ako kasi at that point, doon pa lang niya siguro na-discover kung sino siya, kung ano siya talaga. Kaya at that moment, kinonfirm niya nga na isa siyang Dumbledore. And I think, alam mo yun doon natin nakita na yung siguro, yung journey niya ng self-discovery, parang ang sarap niyang palakpakan at that moment, pero nakakasad lang. Pero kasi, yung binitawan niyang salita na sana naging mas matapang siya, 'di ba? Katulad ni Dominic and katulad ni Luke. Pero gusto ko lang din sabihin siguro if may manonood na ibang tao dito na parang take your time siguro, 'di ba? Pagdating sa self-journey. Hindi ka ano sasabihin mo daw?
Sabihin naman, magbasa sila Harry Potter.
Well, aside from that, no. Pero take your time pagdating sa self-journey. Hindi kagad, siguro, kung hindi mo kaya maging matapang ngayon, then gather all those whatever na kailangan mong i-gather or ng strength para maging matapang ka sa isang certain situation, di ba? So, I have to commend somehow si Luke si Gio sa part na yon. Kasi ano yun yung sinabi niya, do you wanna know a secret? I mean, kala ko, alam mo yun, na parang, sikreto ko to, pero i-share ko sa'yo, di ba? Parang, dahil best friend kita, di ba? And you're a part of me, and you're part of my journey and all. Yun, nakakaloka lang yung kiss. Pero,
a few moments later,
okay siya sa akin. I mean, wala akong issue dun sa kiss na yun. Okay ako dun. Nadala lang siguro sila ng emotion nila for me yan.
Yes.
Ano, Josh? Ano sabihin mo?
And to add lang dun sa sinabi ni Tito Apple na it's okay to take your time as long as you're not hurting anyone.
Yes.
Remember, do not, parang, just, it's happened so many times na because you are
correct
discovering yourself or you're afraid that you might bigay na mamubuli ka ng mga bakla. Please don't
exactly.
do that.
Yun, pero tama si Josh, don't hurt anyone.
May question na lang ako. So, well, di ba nalaman natin yung journey ni Gio? So, do you think na Gio entering Dominic's life is my intention of him making Dominic fall in love with him?
I don't think so.
From the start? As in from episode 1, ha?
Oo nga.
Ako for me, sige, Joshi. Yung I don't think so mo, 100% yan.
What do you mean?
Like 100% I don't think so na bumalik siya sa buhay ni Dominic. Romantic ang purpose.
Ganyan.
As a friend.
Baguio as a friend, gano'n?
Not just
Dominic Baguio as a friend, gano'n? Or ano?
Ang sa akin, parang the reason Gio wanted to get back into Dominic's life is parang as a form of apology first, tapos to be able to be accepted second, as a friend ulit, tapos third, just to parang re-establish the closeness that they had. For me, getting a relationship with Dominic was not part of Gio's plans at all. Gusto lang niya talagang ma-rekindle, and because of his realization nga, ma-share niya dun sa best friend niya na nasaktan niya because of the same realization. Yun yung nakita ko dun.
Same. How about you, Doc?
The heat of the moment? I don't know.
But, well, ako madadala ako sa emotion na yun. Kasi lalo na kung parang umaamin ako kung sino ako sa isang taong mahalaga sa akin.
Yeah. Si
Alam mo yun?
Pero mahal ba siya ni Dominic? Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, feeling ko, tama si Josh. I mean, it's the heat of the moment. Kaya siguro niya kinis. And agree ako kay Josh na hindi niya balak. Kaya siya bumalik sa buhay ni Dominic is not hindi niya balak ang romantic anything sa buhay niya. Parang gusto niya lang i-rekindle yung nawalang friendship na yon. Kasi, I mean, nag-graduate na sila eh, di ba? Kung ako rin naman, before ako graduate, di ba? Time to fix everything, closure, clean slate, pagpasok ng college, para wala akong dala-dalang baggages pagdating ng college. So, yun. I think yun. How about you? Ano ba nasa isip mo, Doc?
Oo nga. Ba't mo natanong to?
Hindi kasi, di ba, ever since naman, parang lagi na, yung character kasi ni Gio, again, character po ni Gio to pinag-uusapan na. Yung character kasi ni Gio is parang napakilala siya into something na, yun nga, parang third party, di ba? Dun sa series. Tas, well, sinabi naman ni Direk na, bakit mo siya iisiping third party? Pero, so parang na-establish na baka nga talagang alay lang siya and ganyan, na parang supportive friend and na parang clean intentions. Pero like, kung iisipin mo na sa buong series and then tas mag-culminate siya dun sa kiss, parang naisip ko lang na possible na siguro na kung hindi nalaman ni Dominic, hindi nalaman ni Gio na Luke is with Dominic, he could have made his way to courting or even saying or confessing to Dominic what he really feels. And I think hinalikan niya si Dominic dun sa balcony as a saying or parang as a goodbye na din na parang oo, hinihingi ko yung apology mo and everything like that. And ginagawa ko to para sa happiness mo kasi mahal kita, parang ganon. Na parang mahal kita more than a friend and more than a best friend. So, parang ito na yung final goodbye ko para sa'yo. So, kaya sila nag-kiss. Parang yun yung point of view ko after ko mapanood yung episode 6. I mean, throughout the series, I think na Gio is a friend pa din. Pero yun nga, nung time na nagkaroon sila ng issue and then lumapit si Luke kay Dominic and then parang, kay Gio, tapos parang naging reluctant siya dun sa part na yun. Tapos diba kasi may hints kasi si Gio, lalo na dun sa library, yung ilalagay niya yung head niya dun sa shoulder ni...
If I'm able to break this,
dun sa library, diba? Yung ilalagay ni Gio yung head niya dun sa shoulder ni Dominic. Tapos parang sabi ni Dominic, uy, parang gano'n. Kasi parang, eto mo yun. So parang, well, ngayon lang sa akin nag-dawn yung possibility na baka, tsaka every time, ngayon ko lang din naisip na every time na mag-uusapan si Dominic at si Luke, parang lulungkot yung mukha ni Gio. Parang basta parang may iba sa kanya doon. Kaya siguro naisip na third party siya, si Gio. Kasi nga,
I wouldn't call that lungkot. Pero yes, kita ko rin yun. Pansin ko rin yun.
Parang disappointment or parang kasi
not
hints of
parang
selos.
Parang nasasayangan siya. Oo.
So yun nga. So, hindi ko alam kung pessimistic lang ako mag-isip or I have trust issues. Hindi ko alam.
Balikan po natin ang ating mga previews, previous reaction videos kung malalaman niyo po, masasabi niyo po kung pessimistic talaga si Doc Rico.
Lagi na lang ako yung may unpopular opinion.
Hindi minsan si Mav.
No, I mean,
very geopologist siya.
Kayo nagtatalo nun, tapos kami nakaning camera ni Josh.
It would be nice to hear yung side niya, Mav, sa pag-usapan regarding the age.
Actually, oo.
Yeah. Sabi niya, gising na daw siya.
Pasok!
Pasok, Mav.
So, ayun.
Alright. So from that scene, dun ngayon nasabi na ni Josh, parang ayun na rin yung parang goodbye scene ni Gio para kay Dominic, di ba? Kasi medyo may laman yung goodbye niya di ba? Parang Parang, goodbye, I'm sorry, di na tayo magkikita. Or, goodbye, sana maging masaya ka sa future mo with Luke. Or, goodbye, I think goodbye, yun. So, sa tingin nyo ba, final na yung goodbye ni Gio for Dominic?
I mean, what do you mean final?
Oo nga.
I mean, malaman yung goodbye niya eh. Parang goodbye. Last na to, di mo na ako makikita. Kasi at that moment, parang ipasok natin na dito yung sinasabi ni Doc na naamin niya na eh. Na may, na bulldog siya, na bakla siya, may feeling siya din kay best friend niya. Pero alam niyang hindi mangyayari yon kasi ang happiness ni Dominic is alone. So it's a goodbye for him.
I think hindi. I mean, hindi naman siya. I mean, gusto ko, kung magkaka-season 2, sana magkaroon ng love arc si Gio.
Yes!
Diba?
Deserve niya tayo, feeling ko. Deserve tayo ni Gio. Tayong tatlo. Si Ma.
Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays.
Yeah, tapos pahinga siya. Pahinga siya ng 4 days, di ba?
I think, ang goodbye, feeling ko, siguro, kaya nga din nga goodbye yun ni G, para talagang masabi niya na, oo, mahal kita, pero hindi na kita ipupursue. So you have someone that deserves your happiness. Pero like, kung magpapaalam siya, siguro, dadating na lang siya as a friend. I mean, as a best friend.
Yeah.
Pero like, hindi na siya yung I mean, nasabi naman na niya yung feelings niya with Dominic. So, I think hindi siya magpapaalam totally. I mean, nandun pa din siya as a friend. As a best friend.
Sinabi ba kung saan school
nakapasok
si Gio?
Hindi na sabi. Basta alam natin, si Dominic ay papasok ng Ateneo. And si Luke hindi nakapasok sa Ateneo. So it's either sa Baguio siya. Yeah. Feeling ko SLU yun or University of Baguio and UST.
Wala bang sports team ang UP Baguio?
Wala. Dahil nasa Diliman ang basketball. So it's either University of Baguio or SLU. So what can you say dun sa scene na yun? The Ateneo MS scene. Ako, sa akin, I love coach nung na yon, nung scene na yon. Kasi doon bumalik uli doon yung coach na parang father figure ni Keann, ni Keann ni Luke, na sinabi ni coach na hindi ka natanggap sa Ateneo because of the video, ganyan. Pero na-explain niya na puno na yung slot, ganyan. Pero alam mo yan, feeling ko ginawan pa niya ng paraan para mas-scout pa rin si Luke ng ibang schools like UST and the Baguio schools. Kaya feeling ko, parang, alam mo yun, yay for coach. I mean, hindi pa rin niya sinukuan si Luke sa part na yun. Tapos nakakatawa na yung sinimama Tere na nagluluto ng adobo. Sana masarap yung adobo na yun.
Adobo ba yan? Siyempre, ito na lang paluto eh.
Nakakatawa kasi nung sinabi ni Luke, hindi ako napasa sa Ateneo. Thank God!
Diba? Noong una sinabi niya, parang ko, bakit? Dahil mahal yun. Okay, totoo, tama.
Tapos minessage ako ni Doc, akala ko meron sila pambili ng painting.
Tingnan mo, hindi nila kaya. So, wala talaga silang pambenta ng painting.
Pero sobrang laki ng inflation ng tuition ng Ateneo, ha? Like, when I was a freshman there, yung tuition ko...
1 million per year.
Hindi. Grabe naman to. Yung tuition ko as a freshman, compared sa tuition ng mga freshmen when I was a senior, halos doble.
Baka depende sa course.
Di rin eh. Kasi naalala ko, yung tuition ko as a freshman per sem was around...
Wala namin ni Doc. Wait, wala namin Doc. Nakulaan mo.
Per sem to.
Oo.
Per sem. Wala ka naman scholarship Wait lang, wala ka scholarship.
Wala.
Okay.
Anong year to? Anong year?
2010 si Josh
2008. Freshman.
Ay, 2008 siya pumasok.
Oo.
2008.
60.
Okay, 60 siya per sem. Ako,
Ikaw,
per sem 2008, 85.
Nakakatawa kasi 60, freshman ako noon. Halos 90-ish na siya when I was a senior. For freshman.
Oh! Talaga?
Senior ka
Mga
na,
pinsan kong-
hindi na yung freshman.
Oo.
Wow!
Mga
So,
pinsan
ano nadagdagan? Mga aircon, ganun, additional aircon and wifi.
baka, ewan ko. Kasi nung panahon namin, walang mga aircon ng mga classroom ng Ateneo. Yung mga pinsan ko, may aircon.
Oh. Okay.
So, 30,000 yung aircon?
Plus
Kada
wifi.
tao,
Shit.
hindi yung doble, sorry. So, mali math ko. Hindi siya doble.
Hindi
Half.
siya double. Dapat 120 yun.
50%, sorry. Namali sa utak ko. 50%. Pero yun, ang laki ng pinagbago ng tuition. So,
Pero
mahal
per
na.
sem yun, so technically 120 per year yun. Online tuition lang yun.
Plus
Wala
summer.
miscellaneous pa doon.
Last summer. Oo.
Plus summer.
Wala pa yung mga books doon and everything.
Wala pa yung mga books doon.
Tsaka yung, sa bagay, hindi ka naman namamasahe, no?
Ngayon lang siya nagpapamasahe.
Sa bagay, ako nga. Hindi. Nung high
Hindi siya
school,
namamasahe dati. Hindi siya ng high school.
hindi siya namamasahe.
Hindi. Ngayon lang siya.
Kaloka.
Parang
May school
holding-
bus, may school,
naman.
school bus ka nun, Josh, or kotse mo,
Saan?
car?
High school?
Ate Neo. School bus or car?
Sariling hatid sundo.
Hindi ka nag-service
Okay.
ever? Hindi ka
Grade
nag-service
school.
doon?
Pero hindi ako
grade
grade
school.
school.
So, high school, Tito Ampal, hindi siya nag-service. Ngayon lang siya nag-service.
Hindi ako makatawa yung tahi ko, puta ka. Ang sakit yung tahi ko, gago.
Alam niyo kayong dalawa? Dasarb.
Lord, ay na pag gumaling ako, gago. Wait kayo. Alright. Okay. So, after that scene, dati na yun, what can you say about this, doon natin na kasi nalaman natin na yung scene, and also, doon na yung nag-usap si Daddy, at saka si Dominic. What can you say about that scene, Joshi?
Umiyak ako.
Paano iyak?
As in talagang hindi ko, like, habang pinapakinggan ko yung scene as it unfolds, parang, sobrang shit. Okay, I want this. Parang sobrang nakakainggit na, parang in a way, it's sort of an apology from your parents, from your dad, na I'm sorry that we made you feel like you cannot approach us, like we made you feel like our love was conditional, that you are pressured to succeed, otherwise you will not get any affection. Parang ganun. Sobrang nakaka-relate ako ulit. Kasi my dad is not one to show up emotions. He does not like emotions at all. Tapos sobrang ganun yung nakukuha ko sa kanila na parang if I don't do well, if I do something that brings shame to the family or something, parang I will get thrown out. I will get thrown to the wayside. Diba? Parang it's something that it resonated so much sa akin. Ang bigat ng scene na yun, sobrang naiyak talaga ako. Na parang yung yakap na yun ng dad niya kay Dominic, never pa nangyari yun sa akin, sa dad ko. Hindi ko madalas magyakap. Because, you know, emotions are gay, apparently. Very, ano siya.
Yakap.
Thank you. Pero yun, sobrang, that scene was very touching. Kasi it's also, my parents, like, sa buong buhay ko, bilang lang sa isang kamay yung number of times nag-apologize yung parents ko sa akin. Most notably my dad. My dad never apologizes. Susuyuin ka niya, like he'll buy you gifts, bibilang ka niya ng pagkain, cupcake, whatever. He will never apologize outright. Kaya yung scene na yun where the dad apologizes, na talagang nag-sorry siya kay Dominic for being the kind of parent that that feels like conditional lang yung pagmamahal nila. It was very, parang, I want that. Sobrang, it spoke to me na ingit ako kay Dominic at that time na I wish I was Dominic so bad. Sobrang naiyak na lang ako. Ayun.
How about you, Dom?
Ako, I think that's the scene na pinaka-paborito ko sa buong episode. Kasi parang it breaks all stereotypes na naisip ko. Kasi parang it's very unusual na yung tatay, yung magko-console sa isang gay na anak. Most of the time, it's really the mom. Pero sa sis kasi na to, yung mom yung medyo homophobic. And the dad is very accepting. So, di ba, parang siguro hindi naman it's every gay man's dream na matanggap sila ng family life, especially yung dad. So, right then and there, yung nilapitan siya yung tatay ni Dominic. And at that age, di ba, parang when everything is very confusing and very, well, it's not very confusing for Dominic kasi natanggap na nga yung sexuality niya at 14. Pero di ba, parang ano pa rin kasi yung feel niya na kailangan niyang ma-please yung parents niya just because of who he is. So, yung sinabi doon ng tatay niya na it doesn't matter kung gay ka or hindi, basta we are very proud of you, very comfort na marinig, diba, na siguro sa mga bata ngayon or sa mga ka-age ni Dominic na tulad niya na I mean, may ganang mga klaseng magulang pa din na alam mo yun. I mean, sa akin naman, hindi naman kami ganun ka-close na. I mean, close kami ng dad ko. Pero hindi kami nag-uusap ng ganun ka-deep. Na para masabi mo yung mga ano mo talaga, yung problema mo and everything like that. Mas more of pa din sa mom. So, natuwa ako yung sa scene na yun. I mean, hindi naman ako naiyak kasi hindi ako masyadong naiyak sa mga ganun.
Wala ka naman emotion eh.
Hindi, pero natuwa ako sa scene na yan kasi ayun, masaya lang. Sana at that age, nakakapagsabit na rin ako sa parents ko nung time na yun. Di ba? Parang saya, no? Na parang very
super
open ka sa family mo. Oo. Especially your dad. Ano, di ba? Kasi syempre tayo, lagi tayong, ano, di ba? Parang, kapag sa tatay na laging dapat straight or dapat hindi mo ano siya. So, yun yung pinaka-paborito kong scenes episode. Ikaw dito, Paul, anong feeling mo din sa scene
mo doon?
Same ako with Doc. Siya yung favorite scene ko sa episode na yon kasi I mean personally, diba, may issue ako ngayon with my dad and all. Tapos medyo I mean, naipon yung mga nangyayari sa personal life ko ngayon with my relationship with my dad. Doon sa scene na yon. Medyo emotional lang din, same with Josh. Ang sa akin lang siguro yung unang nasabi ko lang nung napanood ko yon, finally, parang sabi ko finally nagsalita na si Romnick. 'Di ba? I mean, parang for the longest time hindi siya masyadong vocal diba? Sa lahat ng mga episodes, hindi siya binigyan ng masyadong maraming scenes, maraming lines and all. Pero kung saan siya, siguro, kung saan siya mas kailangan, mas ang ganda ng mga binitawang salita ni Romnick, ni Daddy, dun sa scene na yon. And I have to commend, I mean, yung chemistry nilang dalawa ni Adrian Lindayag, Diyos ko, iba talagang ate. Adrian Lindayag, I mean, Gawad Orian, Best Actor nominee, ibang aartihan ni Adrian Lindayag doon. I mean, feel mo na for the longest time, nararamdaman nyo yung bigat sa puso niya dahil alam niyang hindi siya tanggap ng family niya. But with that conversation with his dad, alam mo yun na parang, oh my God, ito yung antagal ko nang hinihintay. Na, wow, sarap mapakinggan ito sa tatay ko, sa mga magulang ko, di ba? So, tama yung sasabi ni Josh na, one, it breaks the stereotype, di ba, na yung tatay ang nagko-console sa isang baklang anak pagdating sa mga personal na pinagdadaanan niya sa buhay. And ikalawa, ito sana yung dapat normalize natin itong mga bagay na to. Alam mo yon, ito yung gusto ko kay Love Beneath the Stars, na hindi siya nagiging preachy. Hindi siya nagiging preachy kung paano ba maging isang magaling na magulang o isang perfecto magulang. Pero pinapakita niya ang mga eksena or mga pwede mong gawin para maging mabuti kang magulang sa iyong anak. Alam mo yon, hindi niya sasabi na dapat ganito ka, dapat. Hindi siya ganun Pero pinapakita niya na pag ganitong ginawa mo sa anak mo, ganito ang kalalabasan ng anak mo. So ganun. That's why I really love the scene na yon. Yon. Sobrang kailangan yung scene na yon. That part, sobrang kailangan yon. Kasi throughout sa course ng movie and ng series, alam natin ayun ang elephant in the room pagdating kay Dominic Kasi achiever na siya given na yon. Student leader na siya, matalino na siya, mabait na anak siya, given na yon. Pero yung pagiging baklaba niya, anong masasabi ng pamilya niya doon? Tanggap ba yun ng pamilya niya? And that moment, yung affirmation na yun na nanggaling kay Romnick, sobrang sarap pakinggan. Lalo na like sa atin, di ba? Sa atin, mabakla. Ang medyo lang sa akin yung yung kay Agot, yung sinabi niya na kami rin din na, pati rin naman si mami mo, na medyo may doubt ako kay Agot kasi hindi naman nagka-translate sa mga actions niya. Kay Mami Faye, may doubt ako. Diba? May doubt ako sa mga ganun niya. Pero, I mean, kung tanggap naman niya talaga, di tanggap niya. Yun. So, may gusto pa kayong sabihin sa scene na yun?
Yung comment ni Daddy, ano pa pangalan niya? Hindi ko na maalala.
Pangalanan natin siyang
Romy.
I'll go for Romy. Yes, Romy Cruz.
Romy
Cruz.
Yung sinabi niya na na parang matagal na namin alam, bata ka pa lang. May mention siyang ganun, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Parang ako,
kahit hindi mo sabihin, alam naman daw nila.
Oo, parang ako,
really?
parents who are watching this, be open about it. Please be open about it. Kasi if you knew from the start na parang your child didn't need to talk to you about it, parang if you don't talk about it, it becomes taboo. Kasi I experienced the same thing. Kung ganun man na alam nila matagal na, they just don't talk about it or they don't want to talk about it, it becomes taboo. And ang mangyayari dun is your child will just close off from you. Parang they won't open up about those things to you. And those things are very important. Lalo na pag growing up, the people who your child talks to about those kinds of things will determine who they get close to. So kapag naunahan ka ng mga kaibigan, kapag naunahan ka ng mga tao sa school, it's over. Hindi ka na, they won't open up to you anymore. Ikaw ang maghahabol na mag-open up sa yung anak nyo. And that is not something you want. It's, if you say you love your child, show them. Diba? Show them. Don't just tell them when it's too late. Show it. So, at kaya yung scene na yun, nung sabi niya na alam naman namin ng mami, parang, thank you for bringing that up, but it's a bit too late to say it, di ba? Parang to acknowledge it. It's something you should have done a long time ago, and I kudos for admitting na it's something na you and Mama Faye are working through. Pero parang it's hopefully something that parents who are watching are aware of moving forward. Na if you don't talk about emotions with your child, they will look for that affirmation elsewhere. And if they find it with someone else, not with you, ikaw ang maghahabol dun sa feelings na yun ng anak mo.
Pero may lang din ako doon. When you talk about something sa anak mo, I mean, find some ways na mag-open siya sa'yo freely. Hindi
Yes.
yung tinatakot
Coercive.
mo. Yeah, yung tinatakot mo o ini-impose mo na mga bagay. Yeah. Kaya medyo, in terms of parenting, kaya natutuwa ako dun sa parenting ni Mama Tere. Kasi diba, kasi free lang siya. Basta dito lang ako, anak ha, pag may gusto kang sabihin. Diba? Yung ganun lang. Para siguro mawala rin yung takot sa mga bata na mag-open up sa mga magulang nila. Yun. And pag nag-open up sila sa inyo, huwag nyo kagad, don't judge them. Huwag nyo siya agad sila i-judge, huwag nyo kagad sila i-condemn. I mean, makinig. Try to listen. And try to be rational kung ano ba ang dapat ipaintindi sa kanila pagdating sa tama at mali. Kasi, in the first place, kayong magulang nila, kayo magsasabi sa kanila kung anong tama at mali. Diba? So, after that scene, pumunta ngayon si Dominic kay Baby R. Diba? Para magpahula na kung saan sinabi ni Baby R, he found out na si Dominic ang third sign. Diba? At ang third sign ay ang Fools.
Fools and World.
Yeah.
Very appropriate.
So, very appropriate. Kasi kailangan niyang mamili kung mag-stay ba siya sa kung nasaan siya ngayon or pupunta siya or mag-move siya sa isang bagay na gusto niya or ano ba yung sinabi? Tama no? Mag-stuck siya kung saan siya ngayon or
to take the leap.
To take the leap,
Kasi
yeah.
He's a fool. He's on a cliff. Tapos, the world is around him. It's changing, and it's up to him to decide if he stays there on that cliff where it's safe or to take the leap. Tapos dinugtungan niya nga, di ba, ni Baby R na ang pagmamahal ay sugal. Hindi ito para sa mga duwa.
Correct. Sobrang ganda nun.
I love
Sobrang
that.
ganda nun, di ba? Di ba? Which is nakakatuwa kasi nag-360 yung buong story dahil yung mga signs, sila lang pala dalawa.
Oo.
Diba? I mean, the first sign si Luke, the second silang dalawa, tapos pangatlo. Which is good, Direct Dolly, ang galing mo doon
I love that, diba?
Yeah. What can you say about that, Doc, na si Luke, na si Dominic pa lang ang third sign?
Wait, ano nga ba yung first sign kung bakit si Luke?
The King. The King and Fire.
Fire. And then yung second, yung stars.
Stars and lovers.
Tapos ito, Fool and the World. Well, very ang galing lang na napagtanto nila lahat ng mga signs and very appropriate na sa nangyayari sa kanilang dalawa. And I don't think I think base dun sa binasa ni BBR kay Luke, hindi, Dominic, sorry. Kay
Yeah.
Well, I guess sumugal siya. Ay, nawala si Josh.
Gora lang.
Sumugal siya.
Yeah.
As in, may tumalon siya. Pero like, bakit siya full? Kasi full. Kasi parang sa safe zone ka, so bakit ka tatalon sa isang risky
Correct.
na place, tas full ka din kasi kung nasa safe ka, tapos hindi ka nag-take ng risks para tumalon dun sa bangin.
Correct.
Well, anong masasabi ko doon? Ang galing. I mean, hindi, parang, di ba sabi kasi nila na parang you should take, well, siguro baka hindi naman grain of salt, pero parang bihira sa mga hula ang nakakatotoo talaga. It's upon your interpretation, and it's not very straightforward na kung ano yung sinabi ng card, yun talaga dapat yung mangyayari. So, magaling lang na nagkatugma-tugma yung mga nangyayari kay Dominic dun sa cards na ni Baby R. And ang galing din na nung bumunot ulit si Dominic, same yung cards na nakuha niya. So, meaning, yun talaga.
Tadhana talaga.
Yes,
Correct.
it's destiny. Ikaw?
Ano masasabi?
Bumalik tayo sa
masasabi?
episode 4.
Correct. Ano masasabi mo sa mga bata-bata ni Baby R?
Ang laki naman.
Sabi ko,
Ayun ang bertud.
yeah, sabi ko nga WandaVision ba to? Si Vision ba? Sabi nga ng kanyang vision, actually, Bertud. Actually, natutuwa ako dun sa scene na yun kasi, I mean, ayun nga, kailangan magkaroon ng resolution, ano ba yung third sign. And ang ganda nung transition nung scene na yun going sa graduation day. Diba? Kasi parang mapapaisip ka, shit, parang ano ba yung tatanggapin na ano ba yung magiging desisyon ni Luke, 'di ba? I mean Dominic kasi before that pala, 'di ba? Nag-usap kasi sila ni Luke 'di ba?
Na talaga ako mahal. Then please tell me that you don't love me anymore. So I can let you go.
I'm not as brave as you.
Na yung nag-usap sila ni Luke, 'di ba? After mag-usap ni Gio at saka ni Dominic, 'di ba nagkita sila, 'di ba? Kasi
Sinabi
yung
Hello?
sinabi ni Luke na if
Hello?
ayaw mo na sa it,
I'm
Correct.
on my phone.
It's okay. Ayun. Yun,
What happened?
go ahead, Doc. Na-busy siya.
Ako. Nawalan kami ng net. Nakadata lang ako. Oo.
Okay. Friends
Yeah,
sa net pa, linaw ah. Go, Doc.
sabi nga ni Luke na parang, ni Luke na parang, if you don't love me anymore, just say it. And I'll let you go, di ba? Yun sa cliff.
Yeah.
Correct.
Pero ang galing yun na parang yung fool nga, parang yung scene na yan, tapos yung nga sa graduation, na parang, hindi mo nga rin nga alam kung ano gagawin ni Dominic, no? Kasi
Ni
sabi
Dominic, correct.
ang pagmamahal ay isang sugal. So, hindi mo nga rin nga naman alam kung isusugal niya bang mawala si Luke sa kanya or isusugal niya bang maging sila in the end, no?
Correct. At saka ang
Galing.
ganda nung scene na yon, ang ganda ng line lang ni Luke doon sa scene na yon na ano man yung maging decision mo, I mean, mag-end man ito, I mean, di ba? Maraming salamat at pinakita mo o tinuruan mo ako na marunong pala ako magmahal. Ganda ng scene na yun. Diba?
Iba si Luke. I mean,
True.
naging romantic na siya bigla dahil kay Dominic.
Correct. Na hindi natin nakita na gano'n siya no kay Karen. Diba? I mean, dito talaga sabi
Well,
talaga
we didn't
natin
really see much of his relationship with Karen.
Yeah.
Naman.
pero dito talaga head over heels siya kay Luke, diba? Ay, kay Dominic, diba? So,
Yeah.
yun. So, coming from that scene doon sa cliff, Na yun. Siyempre, hindi natin alam kung ano maging desisyon ni Dominic, di ba? Pasok ngayon ang graduation speech ni Dominic na sobrang ganda ng graduation speech niya.
Yes.
What can you say with that graduation speech, Joshi?
Lipat muna ako sa kanya.
No.
Nawalay na ako. The
Patong na
graduation
somewhere.
speech. The graduation speech. Basically, well, ang ganda ng graduation speech niya kasi it's all about how he learned to love nga, di ba? Which ties back to the title nga ng series, Love Beneath the Stars. So it's all about love, teaching, being taught how to love and teaching others how to love. So parang it's very apt na his valedictory speech is all about love din, di ba? Tapos medyo na-shock ako nung kinukuha nila yung mga diploma nila, tapos may mga pa-acting pa sila, pabaw, pa-upskirt, para oh my God, kung sa atin yan, rinisin na yung diploma niyo, wala na kayong diploma. Pero yun, very admirable din na ginamit niya yung opportunity na yun to what do you call this? To express to confess his feelings for Luke. Diba? And to do it in front of the student body and their parents. Diba? That's
the administration.
And the administration.
And the school administration, diba?
Natuwa naman ako na si Father G-Boy pumalakpak. But also, kita ko dun sa mata ni Mama Faye na she does not approve, pero sige kung saan masaya anak niya. Kitang-kita dun sa mukha niya. I know that face kasi yung mukha ng nanay.
Baka nanay mo si Faye.
Ha?
Baka nanay mo si Faye.
Well, pangalan ng nanay ko is Fe, di ba? Fe. So, baka siya nga. Oh my God.
Mama Fe.
Sabagay, yung Bisaya ng Faye, Fe. Di ba taga-Samar kayo?
NANI?
No!
For clarity lang po, for clarity and correction, historical revisionism, hindi po ako taga-Samar. I'm sorry, Vaughn. Hindi po ako taga-Samar. Taga-Bicol po ako.
Dapat ako nagsasabi ng sorry. Hindi taga-Samar si Josh. Ako taga-Samar siya. Bicolano pala siya. Sorry naman.
Pero yun, of course, nandun si Mama Tere, very supportive, looking as beautiful as always, di ba? So yun, nakakatuwa naman yung speech niya. I don't think there was anything notable in that speech because everything was good. I don't think there was anything that stood out. Kayo ba?
How about you, Doc?
Ako, I like the speech. Gusto, as from dun sa pasabog sa dulo, yung big reveal ng big winner. Gusto ko yung kung paano na-incorporate ni Dominic sa speech niya about religion and
yes,
that Christianity is not about anything else except love.
Okay, that's a good point.
And him loving Luke is what Christianity is intended for them to do, is to love someone or to love anyone you want to. Kasi diba parang love is love and God is love, so you can love anyone. So gusto ko yung nila yun dun sa series na parang and hindi siya yung type na ipapamukha niya sa'yo na dahil nasa Catholic school sila na dapat they are bound by certain rules. It's just that yun lang talaga yung natutunan niya dun sa Catholic school na yun na tinuruan sila na magmahal and natutunan niya nga magmahal in his own way, which is Luke din. So, yun yung nagustuhan ko dun sa valedictory speech na yun. So, aside from that, well, ayan, same lang din kay Josh. Medyo may iffy ako kay Mama Faye kasi parang the smile is so fake. Let's admit it. I mean, is this for the cameras? Later in the brunch, we'll just not gonna talk. We're gonna talk about it. Basta parang, ewan ko, sobrang sama ba natin? Pero di ba, hindi kasi ganun kadali yun eh. I mean, it's not paggising, for sure hindi yung paggising na lang ng nanay ni Dominic okay sa kanyang lahat, di ba?
Correct.
So,
knowing, aside from that confession, nag-kiss yung dalawa. Nagmukbangan yung dalawa, di ba? So,
diba? So, ano ba? Nag-kiss na nga sa
physical intimacy na sila, oo.
Alam mo
diba?
yung kiss nila laging grad ball, tas graduation din, ha?
Ano yung next nila?
Sa Grad Central. Grad Central Station, New York. Okay.
Wrong BL.
Wrong BL.
So, yun. Kasi parang, medyo na, paano ako din na, hala, tanggap na agad ni Agot, ni Mama Faye. Parang,
personalan no? Sa Agot talaga.
na agad ni Mama Faye, parang, 2 scenes ago, nanggagalaiti pa siya.
Correct.
Hindi, pero syempre siguro, ano na lang yan, yung timing na lang ng, siguro baka matagal pa talaga yung grad ball and, grad ball, matagal pa talaga yung graduation, tapos matagal din yung grad ball, so siguro baka nakapag-usap sila or baka siguro hindi natin alam. So baka nga natanggap na din talaga. Pero ayun, ano pa ba?
Doubtful, pero okay. Benefit of the doubt.
And,
yeah, kasi ginanon siya ni Romnick
Pero very naman, very true to the character din naman ni Faye na nung, di ba may gesture si Dominic na nag-ano siya, yung nag-bow. Tapos very girly bow, tapos napatingin si Faye kay
Romnick.
Tapos sabi ni Romnick, it's okay. So I think baka napag-usapan nila mag-asawa, ganyan. Na kasi syempre nagtapat naman yung anak niya dun sa tatay. So baka napag-usapan din nila. So baka natanggap din. Or baka it's natanggap niya on a certain level and then it's beginning to grow on her yung kung ano man yung anak niya, di ba? And then yung final, yung nag-kiss sila, very... ito nga yung sinabi ko sa'yo, Tito Ampal, di ba? Ito kasi yung nag-leak nung una.
Yes!
So nagulat ako na parang, ito pala yung scene na yun.
Finale talaga.
Kaya pala nagalit yung mga tao dun sa
Just to share lang, kasi di ba, before ipalabas ang Love Beneath the Stars, meron nag-leak ng video ng graduation scene. Ayun pala yung finale ng graduation scene na yun. So, nawala yung yung post na yun. Pero, actually ako, di ko nga nakita yung post na yun kaya di ko na-expect na may ganun palang nangyari sa scene.
Ako nakita ko, kaya nung nakita ko yung graduation setting, parang ako, maghahalikan sila, okay.
Hindi ko agad-agad naisip yung leaked video, pero naisip ko na maghahalikan sila. Pero nung naghalikan sila, tapos nagtayuan yung mga estudyante, sabi ko, yun pala yun. Pero very, din yun, tasteful yung kiss din na yun.
Yes!
So, parang, finally, I'm so happy for them. It's a very happy end. So, very relieved ako dun sa scene. Tsaka sobrang saya ko.
At saka, ang maganda dun sa scene na yun, nag-parallel ang movie sa series with that fuck it scene. I will kiss you. Diba?
Fuck it.
Diba sa movie, sinabi ni Luke, fuck it, then kiss. Sa series, sinabi ni Dominic, fuck it. Diba sabi mo nga, fuck it, then kiss. Diba? Sobrang nagparallel yung scene na yun and sobrang ganda lang ng scene na yun. Na doon nag 360 ang story ng movie at ng series. Talagang, I mean, ang galing ng pagkakatahe talaga ng Love Beneath the Stars and The Boy for Top of the Stars. So, overall, what can you say about the series? Let's start with you, Josh. Let's start muna with Doc. Kasi all this time, alam naman natin na story naman talaga ni Joshi ang The Boy for Top of the Stars and Love Beneath the Stars. So, yun. Manghingi lang po kami ng royalty, direct Dolly, para kay Josh. Doc Nico, what can you say about the series as a whole?
Mas gusto ko to series kasi sa movie.
Okay.
Fair lang. I mean, mas madami. Hindi, siguro kasi dahil series siya, mas madami tayong nalaman sa characters per episode as compared sa movie. Pero kasi sa movie, and series kasi sa series kasi ang dami kong na-feel na tas ang dami mga bagong characters na nagpapabigay sa akin ng ibang feels. At saka parang mas na-strengthen kasi yung relationship ni Dominic and Luke sa series as compared sa film. Pero I really like the series in terms of ang dami niya ring na-tackle about syempre family and yung kung paano, I mean, at kahit na sa ganong edad or kahit sa aspect ng buhay ng pagiging bakla is na pa din talaga yung discrimination and yung try to please everybody and try to be accepted. So, sa movie kasi it's more of yung kung paano lang sila nagkakilala and how the love blossom. Sa series kasi it's how the love endures between them. So kaya mas gustuhan ko yung series kasi medyo mas napa-explain sa akin na okay, sige, talagang mahal nila talaga yung isa't isa amidst all na nangyari sa kanila and amidst everything na experience nila sa isang taon. Kasi syempre, di ba, senior year yun. So, sa isang taon na pagsasama nila. So, mas gusto ko yung series kasi sa movie. Ikaw, Josh?
For me, well, I like them both. Pero the series kasi I feel had more room to grow the characters. Sa movie, well, actually, how long was the movie? 2 hours?
Mga ganon.
1 and 47.
1 minute 47. 1 hour 47. Itong series na to, it's like 6 episodes that take 25 minutes each. So it's like 2.5 hours lang. 3 hours. Around 3 hours, no? So it had double. It had double the time that the movie had. But I feel like it was able to flesh out the characters more kasi there was more segmentation, like an overarching plot. A movie has one overarching plot, diba, to make it cohesive. Pero it had 6 overarching plots per episode. Tapos, it had one overarching plot over 6 episodes, and each of those episodes had its own plot. So there really was more room to grow the characters. Gusto ko rin yung difference in tone ng first half tsaka ng second half ng series. Diba, yung first half ng series, medyo navigating their way through the relationship. Tapos, by the end of the third series, established na yung relationship. Tapos, the second half of the series naman, navigating through finding themselves in the relationship. Oo.
And other
and
conflicts.
among other conflicts. Oo. And I think that is such a not breathtaking, refreshing. Parang dictionary. Where's the English? That is such a refreshing
Who are
way.
you? Who are you? Are you
Wala
Josh?
yung internet eh. Wala yung brain ko. It's such a fresh take, I think, na you have the characters navigate through the relationship first before finding themselves. Kasi usually, di ba, characters are finding themselves saka sila papasok sa relationship. Tapos the relationship is the one that goes through conflicts. Dito, ang napansin ko, parang they navigated through the relationship first in the first 3 episodes. Parang finding out what they are. Tapos, the last 3 episodes naman is about finding themselves within that relationship through the conflicts. So parang ang ganda na sinasabi niya na even within a relationship, you are still an individual. You are yourself to navigate through, to find yourself, di ba? Just because you enter a relationship doesn't mean you're like someone's half. Kaya parang yung mga better half na yun, just, that's very boomer talk. You are both individuals. You are both your own person. You are a whole person entering a relationship with another whole person. You are not half, you are not incomplete, you are not less. Yun, tapos the series actually tackled a lot of very, very personal things, very things that were very close to my heart. Very, 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 very accurate experiences.
Kaya sabi ko nga, dapat may royalty ka. Direct Dolly. Napag-usapan natin na yan, di ba?
Sobrang, oh my God, Direct. Like, yung portrayal mo kay Mommy Faye, talagang, nung nagalit siya, talagang nanigas din ako sa upuan ko sa takot. Like, it felt like my mother was in front of me, like, yelling at me din.
Tinawag mo mama mo, ma-watch ko, ikaw to.
Gago. Siyempre, hindi. Pero, ayun, tapos, right after triggering me, I was also consoled by the scenes, how they played out, yung mga resolution nila. Sobrang natuwa ako dun sa scenes with si Daddy Cruz at saka si Gio surrounding Dominic, diba? So parang overall, it's just a really amazing series. More quality BLs like this, please. Yeah.
Yes. I have to agree sa inyong dalawa. I mean, iba ang pinakita, sabi nga nila, di ba, God tier ng Pinoy BL, ang The Boy Foretold by the Stars and Love Beneath the Stars. I mean, I think this is the best BL franchise. I mean, sobrang ganda ng pinakita ng movie and sobrang ganda ng pinakita ng series. I mean, kahit ipaghiwalay mo sila together, meron pa rin moral lesson ka makukuha sa bawat isa. And, ang masasabi ko lang, I mean, sana maraming makapanood pa ng The Boy Foretold by the Stars and Love Beneath the Stars. I mean, free TV when? Kailan siya ipapalabas sa Channel 2? I mean, kailangan siyang mapanood ng mas maraming tao, na mas maraming Pilipino. I mean, syempre, this is in a Philippine setting, a Filipino family. So, kailangan pa siya mas maraming mapanood ng ibang tao. Dahil deserve ng series na ito lahat ng mga recognitions na nababasa natin sa Twitter. At yung mga nasasabi natin sa kanya every episode and sa movie. Kasi napakaganda talaga ng Love Beneath the Stars. And we have to thank si Direct Dolly. Direct Dolly, alam mo, ilang beses ka namin ang minimension dito. Alam mo naman, mahal na mahal ka namin dito sa fishpond. Lalabas nga namin tong art card mo para sa'yo. Yan. Kasi, ayun, maraming salamat sa pagbuo ng storya, sa paggawa ng storya. na hindi kailangan, alam mo yun, hindi niya kailangan maging preachy. 'Di ba? Hindi niya kailangan maging condescending kung ano ba talaga ang tamang pagmamahal ng isang taong bakla o ng isang bakla, 'di ba? So kung kung paano ba talaga magmahal? Hindi hinayaan lang niyang i-explore yung story with this different characters, sobrang rich characters. Ang gaganda ng mga story nila from Dominic, Luke, Gio, Timothy, Timmy, Miguel, si Andoy, si Karen, si Philip, si Mama Tere, si Coach, 'di ba? Ang ganda, ang rich ng mga characters na to. And siguro ang ganda ng cast. Sobrang galing ng mga artista. We have to commend. Pakaka naman dito sa fishpond. We have to commend the actors. Adrian, Lindayag, Dave, baby star. Ikaw talagang star. Sa'yo na. I mean, deserve mo lahat ng mga recognitions. And also, Keann Johnson, deserve nyo ang Gawad Urian Best Actor nominee kasi, I mean, kayo naman talaga ang talagang nagdala. Aside from the actors, we have Vaughn Piczon, we have sila Leonard, sila John Ray, sila Jimwell, sila Vic, sila Karen, sila Nikki, sila Agot, sila Yamina, di ba? Sila Romnick, I mean, Adrian and Keann really carried the whole series with their excellent acting. Sobra ang galing. And you deserve everything na natatamasan nyo ngayon. And we have to thank them, the whole production ng Love Beneath the Stars kasi titingnan mo, I mean, hindi cheap yung quality niya from the set, from the music na ginamit, from the costumes and all. Sobrang ito talaga yung pag may mga narinig tayo na mga pelikula, bakit namin papanoorin yung pelikula nyo? Kasi po pinaghirapan po namin, which is kitang-kita naman talaga na pinaghirapan nila at binigay nila talaga yung buong puso nila para sa series na to. With that, maraming salamat and congratulations sa production team ng Love Beneath the Stars. Yun, so and also, kailangan muna natin, before tayo matapos, kailangan muna natin magpasalamat. Gusto namin magpasalamat sa una, kay Direct Dolly, syempre si Direct Dolly na nakakasama natin sa mga interviews natin. And also kay Vaughn Piczon, gusto natin magpasalamat kay Vaughn Piczon with his first Kokak session. We also have to thank kay Sir Omar. Sir Omar, maraming salamat Sir Omar sa mga producers ng Love Beneath the Stars. And also, we have to thank kay Clarence. Si Clarence ang kanilang promo nila, marketing. Clarence, maraming salamat dito sa shirt na binigay mo sa amin. Kasi meron na si Mav, meron na si Joshi. So maraming salamat dito sa binigay mo sa amin ni Doc Rico. Nagreklamo si Doc kasi medium daw sa kanya. Hindi daw kasha.
Hindi.
Yun, so maraming
sa contest.
Yeah, maraming salamat kasi alam mo yun, ang ganda kasi sinuportahan tayo ng the whole team ng Love Beneath the Stars, and tayo rin naman kasi sinuportahan din natin sila dahil buong itong mamahal at pagsuporta natin sa kanila. So maraming salamat sa inyo. Sobrang deserve niyo ang support. Kaya ang tanong namin, Direct Dolly, iWantTFC, Dreamscape, Clever Minds, Season 2 when? Diba? I mean, Season 2 when? I mean,
ang ganda, like, I cannot wait. If you were able to tell this good of a story after a movie, I can't wait to see what other stories you can tell after this first season.
Exactly.
Diba? Ang ganda.
Diba? Kaya, Direct Dolly, hindi naman sa pinapressure ka namin, no? I mean,
Hindi kasi diba sabi ni Direct Dolly, ready sila if ever ma-extend yung episode. So, baka yung mga scenes beyond episode 6 is from season 2 na yan.
Okay.
Sabi nga doon sa pinost ko, ano daw, mag-offerings pa daw tayo kay Direct Dolly. Sabi ko nga, anong offerings ang pwede natin ibigay kay Direct Dolly? Josh, baka naman, bigyan mo siya ng mga Final Fantasy games na items.
Kung mas mayaman si Direct Dolly sa laro kaysa si Josh.
Ayaw nga,
Ay,
no?
di
Sino
natin
mas...
sure.
Ay, di natin
Direct.
di ba nga, Doc Rico, merong isa dyan nagwawala kasi nawalan siya ng money, ng in-game money.
Oo nga, nanakaw.
Nanakaw yun, nahack yung in-game money niya, di ba nga? Kumuti ka na magkademandaan.
Pero baka parang ano lang yung barya lang siguro sa kanya yun. So,
Di naman, gawin naman sa barya.
Pero yun, so, Josh, para magkaroon tayo ng season 2, Direct Dolly, bibigyan ka po ni Josh ng mga in-game items sa Final Fantasy. Ano bang gusto mo, Direct?
Ano gusto nyo?
Anong pinakamahal na item? Pakpak?
Yung mga item kasi sa market board yung mga players nagde-decide ng ano nila presyo
Oh, okay.
Oo. Anong mga glams gusto mo, Direct? Bigyan kita. Bilhin ko sa market board. Anong glam gusto mo?
Si Josh daw bahala direct sa wedding ceremony mo sa Final Fantasy.
Platinum band ba gusto mo, Direct?
Yun.
Platinum band.
So, yun. In behalf siguro ng buong BLfrags with Mav, we would like to say talaga maraming salamat sa buong production and also the cast ng Love Beneath the Stars sa pag-support sa amin, and makakasa naman kayo na mula sa BLfrags, yan, nandito kami para mag-suporta pa rin sa inyo. I mean, season 2, please. Season 2. Yun! So, guys, any more things to add before we close this 2-hour special? Siya naging 2-hour special nga.
Well,
Joshi.
What more can I say? Ang ganda ng kwento. I'm so glad. I was discussing din with a friend kanina. I'm so glad na may mga ganito ng series ngayon. Kasi if we had this when we were younger, parang at least meron na tayong magiging parang gabay growing up. But instead, what we have is we're seeing our stories told through a different lens. And hopefully, yung mga younger people, yung mga people na nanonood ngayon, the young ones, who are still exploring themselves, who are still in the closet, who are still discovering who they are, sana gamitin nila to as a sort of not naman cautionary tale, pero more of like, at least they see themselves represented on the screen, di ba? At least they see their stories being told, or at the very least, stories of others who are like them that are being told. So, ang ganda lang na we have something like this, a school setting na BL. So, it's good na meron at least mapagbabasihan ang mga, mag-relate yung mga young'uns now, di ba? Kasi it's not easy lumande while in school and keeping your grades up while you're at it. I mean, hindi ko siya nagawa. So, ayun, at least you can live vicariously through the characters on screen. I know na when I was watching the finale, as well as yung mga conflicts, I was not just living vicariously, I was reliving my trauma. So, ang ganda niya talaga.
How about you, no?
I'm very grateful for this. I mean, siguro it's a privilege for us to be able to see this kind of artistry in television or in the internet. I mean, during this time, Kasi syempre, pandemic and everything. So, I think it's very timely din na dapat na yung mga ganitong bagay na pag-uusapan na kasi di ba parang before, it's very, hindi siya readily na pag-uusapan or it's not very accessible sa mga, I mean, during our time, during our age, hindi siya very accessible sa mga ganitong story sa mga na pwedeng mapanood ng mga ganitong klaseng edad. So, I think thankful na din ako na I mean, we were able to Direct Dolly was able to share or able to tell the story of something na relatable throughout all ages. Hindi lang sa teenagers but more so dun sa mga medyo late 20s, early 30s na mga gay na ganun yung na-experience nila nung high school sila, di ba? So, super na-enjoy ko yung series. I hope for a season 2 para lang, alam mo yon, parang ito yung series na natapos siya and then you're hungry for more kasi ganun siya kaganda.
Yes.
Na parang hindi ka oo, nag-kiss sila, oo, na-resolve yung issues, pero gusto mo pang malaman kung anong mangyayari sa kanilang dalawa and sa mga characters na nakapalibot sa kanila. Kasi parang, kasi tignan mo, I mean, ito, 2 hours na tayo nag-uusap, meron pa din tayong hindi na-resolve, meron pa rin tayong hindi na-intindihan, or meron pa rin tayong mga agam-agam sa mga characters, which makes it more interesting and which proves na yung series is something na hindi lang siya at hand na love story. It's something more. It's something deep and it's something to talk about, di ba? So kaya, happy ako sa series na to. Happy ako na napanood natin siya. And
Yes.
I'm really hoping na in the next few months, kasi next few months, 2022 na. So in the next few months, sana magkaroon ng season 2 and please register to vote kasi wala si Ma'am na magsasabi.
Wala si Ma'am na magsasabi.
In a few months, 2022 na guys. So, konti na lang yan, May na. So, exercise your right to vote and we can change this country. Let's believe in ourselves.
True.
We can change this country talaga for the better.
Sabi nga dun sa isang tweet, 2021 is 72% done. Can you believe 72%? Malapit na tayong 3/4 done with the year.
Correct.
My God.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a bare months na. So,
Yeah.
That's true.
Pag bare months talaga mabilis tumakbong araw. I don't know.
Correct. Pag bare months na gusto mo na magpahinga,
di ba na mo, like, nagising ka na September 1, tapos ngayon mag-October 1 na. Parang last week na ng September next week.
correct. And it's your last chance na para magpa-register to vote. So please go to your local COMELEC offices para magpa-register. Alright? So maraming salamat sa panonood sa amin. Naka 2 hours na tayo and counting. Sa mga brands dyan, sa mga studios, if you want to partner with us, please message us at blfrags.coca@gmail.com. Lalabas yan dyan. And please don't forget to follow our channel and all our social media accounts at BLfrags sa Twitter, sa Facebook, sa Instagram, sa YouTube, and sa OnlyFans. Charot.
Wala po kami noon.
Ay, wala ba? Ano gagawa na tayo? Yun, anyway.
Oh my God.
Charot lang. So yun, maraming salamat uli. Hindi namin na uli. So please guys, if you have the time, please, kahit tapos na siya, watch Love Beneath the Stars sa iWantTFC. Free na siya. Hindi na siya na kailangan abangan kasi buo na siya. Episodes 1 to 6.
Sa YouTube?
Yes, lalabas din siya sa YouTube. Nalabas na yung episode 1 nila. Yun. So maraming salamat, Direct Dolly, sa lahat ng cast. Mahal na mahal namin kayo. At muli, gusto namin magpasalamat sa ating mga kokoeros, kay Doc Rico,
Thank you guys for watching, for staying with us. So, 2 hours. Kung isa ka sa mga nanood ng dito sa ano na to, sa part na to ng video. Thank you so much for still watching us, and please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to support all our videos, and please support Quality Pinoy PLs, and don't forget to register to vote next year. Okay? Bye!
Thank you, Doc. And thank you din kay Joshi.
Thank you. Kung andito pa kayo after 2 hours na unpacking na to, thank you so much. Sana naman nagustuhan niyo yung usapan namin. I mean, sana na-enjoy niyo ang pag-unpack namin, yung paghimay namin. And of course, sana na-enjoy niyo rin yung mga trauma ko. Charot. Yun lang.
Yun, in behalf of Mav, maraming salamat sa panonood ng video na to. I think this, if I will edit it, mga 2 hours and 15 or 30 minutes. We don't know. Di namin na-edit to. So yun, maraming salamat sa panonood. Please, register to vote and subscribe to BLfrags. Ayun. So muli, kami ang BLfrags na nagsasabing
A few moments later.
Koka. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Love Beneath the Stars.
Boy Foretold and Love Beneath.